Europe is on the edge of a cliff tonight. Across the Atlantic, a powerful signal has been sent not with words, not with diplomacy, but with strategic bombers. Dozens of U.S. Air Force B-52 Stratofortress bombers have landed in the UK, sparking widespread anxiety across Europe and renewed concern over escalating tensions in Greenland and the Arctic. The UK was not chosen randomly. It is one of America's most important forward operating bases in Europe. For British airfields, B-52 bombers can reach Eastern Europe, cover the North Atlantic, and monitor activity near Greenland. Historically, during the Cold War, the UK served as a forward launching point against the Soviet Union. Today, history seems to be repeating itself, but with new battlefields and new rivalries. This deployment puts strategic bombers within direct range of key geopolitical hotspots, and one of those hotspots is Greenland. In the UK, the U.S. Air Force's Boeing B-52H Stratofortress long-range strategic bombers are becoming increasingly visible. As part of Bomber Task Force Europe, 4 aircraft from the 69th Expeditionary Bomber Squadron at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota arrived at Royal Air Force Base Fairford. Rumors that more large bombers might be arriving soon were fueled by local media reports in the UK that several transport aircraft had landed at the Gloucestershire location earlier this week. Locals have already gotten used to the noise, even though the aircraft will be operating from an RAF base for several weeks. The B-52s have participated in regular training missions with Finnish, French, and Swedish aircraft before arriving in the UK. NATO stated on Friday that during the month-long deployment, the bombers will participate in a series of exercises and training flights with Allied air forces, developing cohesion and sharpening collective capabilities. The United States Air Force typically doesn't disclose details about upcoming Bomber Task Force (BTF) missions, although it is increasing the number of missions it conducts. These missions allow U.S. aircrews and ground maintenance personnel to collaborate with allies and partners around the world. Bomber Task Force missions strengthen our ability to rapidly project combat power, demonstrating U.S. lethality and readiness in a dynamic security environment, said Major General Joseph Campo, Director of Operations, Strategic Deterrence, and Nuclear Integration for U.S. Air Forces Europe and Africa. Training with our allies and partners ensures seamless integration, enhancing our collective deterrence and warfighting capabilities in Europe and Africa. The U.S. Air Force has a fleet of 76 B-52s, including spares. These Cold War-era bombers have been continually modified over the past 7 decades, and current plans call for the Stratofortress to receive new engines and other upgrades that could keep it in service until 2050 or beyond. For more than 60 years, the B-52 has been the backbone of the United States Air Force, capable of long-range strikes with nuclear and conventional precision-guided missiles. The B-52H Stratofortress is a long-range heavy bomber capable of a wide range of missions. It can drop or launch a wide variety of weapons from the U.S. inventory, including gravity bombs, cluster bombs, precision-guided missiles, and joint direct attack munitions. According to the U.S. Air Force, the B-52 has been modernized with the latest technology and is capable of delivering the full range of jointly produced weapons. This aircraft will continue to be a critical element of U.S. defense well into the 21st century. The B-52 Stratofortress, Rockwell B-1 Lancer, and Northrop B-2 Spirit aircraft of Air Force Global Strike Command carry out the base task force mission. By the end of this decade, the Northrop Grumman B-21 Raider will join these aircraft. These aircraft will gradually replace the older B-1 Lancer and B-2 Spirit. 4 other B-52s deployed to RAF Fairford as part of BTF Europe 25-1 late last fall before returning to the United States about a week before Christmas. While operating from the UK, the aircraft participated in training missions over Scandinavia, Central and Southern Europe, and North Africa. During the deployment, the bombers participated in the first simulated live weapons drop in Finland, demonstrating increased interoperability with a new NATO ally, the Air Force Global Strike Command stated in December. Such a deployment poses severe issues, particularly given that some B-52s are capable of carrying nuclear weapons. Bringing these aircraft into an already tense situation sounds extremely risky, but that appears to be what is happening. Christensen points out that two of the B-52s in the picture are capable of delivering nuclear warheads. General Jeff Origen, commander of U.S. Air Forces Europe and Africa, described the deployment as follows. The B-52s have returned to RAF Fairford and will operate throughout the theater of operations in a very active deployment. Our capacity to respond quickly and reassure allies and partners is contingent on our ability to deploy B-52s on short notice. Whatever happens is really risky. The development of offensive military capability, particularly nuclear-capable bombers, in two regions with significant political tensions has the potential to be disastrous. It might be regarded as an aggressive step against two countries that Trump has clearly identified as strategic competitors who he is willing to challenge and defeat. Once again, the UK has been sucked into US military activities, with the possibility of deploying troops from Fairford or Diego Garcia as part of a military offensive. Serious questions must be asked of the government, including if they approved of this activity. Were the US nuclear-armed airstrikes launched from Fairford, and have the British people agreed to participate in more US wars? According to a statement from NATO's Allied Air Command, the Bomber Task Force aims to deepen transatlantic connections between the United States and its European allies. The statement emphasized that the deployment of U.S. bombers indicates commitment to the alliance and provides strategic stability and assurance to allies and partners while contributing to deterrence by instilling more operational uncertainty in potential adversaries. The routine and periodic deployment of U.S. strategic bombers provides a crucial point of contact for training and operating alongside allies while improving the collective response to any global threat. The NATO ARCON statement continued. The United States uses its military resources in dynamic operational activities to address changing strategic security concerns while upholding the alliance's pledges and mutual assistance. The arrival of dozens of U.S. Air Force B-52 bombers in the UK is a reminder that great power competition is intensifying and the front lines are shifting north. This is about preventing future wars through strength, presence, and pressure. Is this deployment a necessary precaution or a sign of dangerous escalation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. For more in-depth geopolitical and military analysis, subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications. Because in today's world, power moves first, explanations come later.